Why didn't you want to play though? That would have been fun.
I don't want to do that. Also,
Why?
like,
Why? When did you start hating games?
I don't hate games. I think it was just like
Right around the time I screamed at her when she beat me in Mario Kart.
So true, actually. That is when I started hating games.
When I rage quit and turn off the Wii.
Literally, turned the whole thing off.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
I know, and I was
Wow.
like, actually mean.
Why?
And I was like, okay, we're never going to do this again. Cool.
We should tonight. I'll beat your ass.
I'm not doing that with you. I refuse to do that with you. I do not want to do
Oh,
that.
it'll take 5 minutes for me to convince you.
I don't.
Please.
But then I'll just lose on purpose because I hate conflict. And I
Perfect.
don't like that.
And I love winning, so it kind of works out.
The hair makes you stinkier. How do I sound?
You look good.
All right.
How do I sound? You look good. All right, episode 35. Asleep on a forklift. We're fucking. We're
here.
in this one.
Let's get it.
We're
We just
back
got
at it.
back. Currently, 1:55, 2 in the morning stream for
And
you
what do we
guys.
do? What do we do?
We just got done golfing, dude, with the boys. Shout out Peter Jordan, Trace Muniz.
Shout out Homie Time Golf, dude.
Shout out Homie Time Golf.
Go watch
Check
Homie
it
Time
out.
Golf. If you don't, if one shitty Phoenix podcast isn't enough for you, hit up the second one you can do.
But
Actually-
theirs is golfing. But they actually are doing something.
Yeah,
you know?
true. It's
Yeah,
not
they're
just two
talking.
fucking idiots talking in a shitty corner of a living room with zins on the wall.
I realize we only put ours on YouTube, and you don't have to watch at all. You gotta watch theirs.
You know what we
Watch
need to do?
theirs.
We need to get one of those RFQs or whatever. So just post it to everything.
Yeah, that would be nice.
They're only like $2 a month.
I know it's not that expensive. It's just like the matter of like doing it. I have my taxes done right now. I
Really?
have them done.
Really?
I just have to pay them.
I already got my tax return back. I bought the lady a little birthday present for it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got her. I can't show you, my phone's recording, but I got her. It's like a vintage Diet Coke sign. That's a clock too.
Nice.
She'll dig that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she'd definitely fuck with that.
Yeah, it was like I was like as soon as I got my tax
How
return,
much did you get it back? Yeah, how much
I
did you
got
get back?
like 470-ish. Like state, I got 75, and then federal was like 380 or something.
That's not bad.
I know, dude. I opened my like Wells Fargo account like app today, and I was like, holy shit, I have money in this.
Immediately spent all of it.
No, I didn't spend I got some gas. That's I think the only thing I got.
Nice.
But
I don't like. I'm buying gas now in like $10 increments.
I know that's
Which
what I've
is-
been doing too.
I don't like it though.
You ever
'cause I
see the
run out
clip?
so fast.
You ever see the clip of like Shaq or Charles Barkley, and they're like, you spend way less money if you just fill up your every $10. Like if you go through $10 worth of gas and you just put $10 in it. And he was like, I don't know. Have you ever never seen that?
I'm
It's
sure I have, but is
so
it
funny.
is it Chuck or is it Shaq?
I think it's Chuck and Shaq are going back and forth, but I can't remember who says it. I think Shaq says it, and he's like, everyone's like, you're wrong, dude. You're spending
Yeah.
the same amount of money. He's like, God, you guys are so stupid. It's like when you're super wrong, but
Shaq's like, I went to online business school.
dude, doesn't he have a bunch of like honorary masters?
He has honorary degrees, but he literally his master's, his business of masters is from the University of Phoenix Online.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, but
That's
apparently
a smart man.
No, but
he
then
spent less than just do a University of Phoenix ad.
Yeah,
A University of Phoenix.
but I think he did have online. This is what I think is insane about Shaq is that he paid for the college, like he's doing University of Phoenix. It's online.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Can I take it in person?" And they were like, "No, not unless you pay for 12 people's, like."
Damn,
diplomas as well, and then we'll let you have a class.
And it's
so
like, how much is a credit hour there? And they're like $12. And he's like, yeah,
you can afford it. I'm just saying, go to a different college if you want to have it be in person. Why are you? So he spent way more money. He spent the tuition of like probably.
I bet
double.
they have a fast track like program for the master. Was it a master's? You said.
I think it was a business of masters
An
of
MBA?
business. Yeah.
I almost got an MBA. Glad I did not, because you know that one.
Who?
You're gonna have to bleep this. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's getting one. I remember I was like shitting on the fact that like I thought it would be a good idea for me to get my master's from ASU,
Yeah.
and then she came up to me. She's like, I'm taking my master's there right now.
I
And
thought she
like,
was a lawyer.
No, pretty sure she's getting her master's.
Oh. She's nuts. But that's not that. So we were in golfing. Golfing
We
was
did. We went golfing
Nighttime
at night.
golfing.
Yeah.
Nighttime golfing.
And then
Which-
the whole time you guys were golfing, I just had the light on my gun like pointed.
Yeah, I have some pictures of it actually.
Oh,
It's kinda-
really?
But it's of Peter holding the gun at you. Actually, you want to see it right now?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll just put it up.
Yeah.
But like, As someone who's never golfed during the daytime,
Yeah,
the
I haven't either.
yeah, the nighttime.
I've just filmed it.
Yeah,
The nighttime wasn't that bad.
no, it was
The
nice
daytime's nice because
weather.
you're getting sun too. You're like walking around. You're in nature, kind of.
I
mean, as
feel a
much as
little
you
bit
can be in
darker.
Phoenix. What?
I feel darker. Like I
From
feel like
being-
I've gotten sun.
Out there?
Well,
Tonight? That was the nighttime.
not the
I was
nighttime.
like, how white are you?
No,
dude?
come on, I'm not that stupid. I'm saying just like in general, like I've been outside during
Yeah,
the
same.
daytime and just
Look at
yeah,
it.
you look
Look, I
you
think
look
I have
kind
a-
of brown too.
Look at it.
Yeah, you look good.
Look at it.
Look at my forearms. You see that?
Damn. Yeah, they
That's
are
some good
darker.
sun. Can you see it in my?
I don't know. What am I supposed to compare it to? Your ass?
I don't know. Let me just take all my clothes off. Do you see a
Yeah.
tan
Oh
line?
my god. This guy's so tan.
I'm trying to find this picture. I'm right there. Look at that.
Nice.
Look at you in
And then I
mid-swing.
whiffed.
Yeah.
Uh.
It's hard. Golf is hard.
Golf? Yeah. Dude, it's like pool, but like on grass.
Which I prefer being outside.
I don't know. Something about pool. Just being in a shitty fucking bar.
Loud music.
Smell of cigarette smoke, some loud music.
They never smell like cigarette smoke.
Yeah, they
What
do.
bar are
Like
you in?
fucking woodshed.
Which it smells like cigarette smokes too?
Dude, the fucking door to like go smoke cigarettes where everyone does on the patios.
True. True, but
10
the
feet
pool
away.
table's like
That's 15 feet. That's what I'm saying. But
I
then again, I
never
can't
it.
smell.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah,
it's more of a
also-
vibe.
Yeah, also you have no
It's more of a vibe.
I just feel like it's an old vibe.
Yeah,
Like, the
yeah. It's
idea
like
of cigarette smoke in a bar used to be, I feel like, pretty commonplace. But now it's nowhere.
That's bullshit. You can't smoke in a bar anymore.
Well, you can vape. You can vape in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bar.
sure. No one
Everybody
really
fucking
cares.
vapes in the bar.
It's just yeah.
Even the wait staff vape in the bar.
To be fair, I hate smoking. That is one way
Cigarettes?
of nicotine. That's the most like if you. My druthers obviously, Zins. Then right after that's Copenhagen. Right after that, well, probably in between Copenhagen and Zins is like snus. Then Copenhagen, then snuff, then vaping.
Like
oh yeah, that shit's. You ever
like
done
through
any
the
of that?
nose. I've never done the through the nose.
I have some. We should do it.
Right now?
It's like in packed stuff, so I probably
yeah,
couldn't
so,
find
yeah.
it. Actually,
The fact
I
that you're
could find
still
it. I know
not
exactly
unpacked.
where it is. If you want to, we can.
Next tune in next time.
Yeah. Have you ever done? You never done it?
No, dude.
Dude, it's the shit.
I've only ever
It's like snorting Vicks.
Oh,
It just clears you out immediately. And you're like, oh my god.
your lady had that the other day, and I ripped one of those with the little pen thing. They look like tampons, and you just like.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
clear your
like.
nose out.
I thought you said she was doing snuff. I was like, what?
No,
She's
no,
never
no,
told me?
No. I don't know. Okay, your list though. So Zins, Copenhagen, Snuff.
Oh yeah, Zins, Snus, Copenhagen,
Oh.
Snuff, vaping, cigarettes.
Have you ever done cigars? Because I feel like
Oh,
cigar
I hate
can
those.
also.
I hate those too.
I also hate cigars.
Yeah.
I don't,
Well,
I don't see
actually, the
appeal.
last time I did it, it wasn't half bad. I went down to Scottsdale with a buddy that I wrestled with. That's now like a secret engineer for fucking Raytheon or some shit. And he bought me some nice cigar, and that was fun. Like we were just bullshitting, and
Just
I also
talking?
had 2 Zins in at the same time. So like I was just getting domered on nicotine. But that was fun. But like it's not something I do.
No.
You ever?
I like the smell of them.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I like. I guess. I don't know. I can smell some. If it's, I don't know.
If it's like a distinct smell and it's like very prominent,
Yeah, like if someone's around me and
Yeah.
they're like, "It smells like shit," I'm like, I'm gonna start gagging. You know?
but that's not smelling it though, because you do that with just like the idea of something gross.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they can say it smells bad, and then you immediately picture a.
You know what's the best smell in the world though? Is like, you ever been? And maybe it's different in Alaska, but like, my buddy and me share this. It's our favorite smell. Me and Cody. It's after it rains, and like a dust storm or something like that, right in there. Like in the spring, it'll do that up in Winslow a lot. It'll like dust storm and then rain, and then you get in your car and you turn on the AC. It's just like ambient dust, and it's the best fucking smell in the entire world.
I kind of get what you're like the.
It's almost like
rain,
wet. It's like, yeah, but it's like sand
Yeah.
and rain
but like the rain smell amplified a little bit.
because you're like blowing your fan through your
Yeah,
car, your truck.
just
or
all
whatever.
hits you at once.
Oh, it's so
It's
good.
like overload, and
It's
also
like
it's
such a
probably
unique
cooler.
smell.
It's also probably cool too, so it's like a cool like.
True. But golf
can,
was fun, dude. I had a good time.
Yeah, golf was. Yeah.
Peter threw up mid sentence.
No,
Did he or not?
No, he spilled his beer.
Okay, spilled his beer because I thought
this
he
was
threw
great.
up.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
I was putting,
Yeah.
and then I just heard like, And I was
Yeah,
like, oh, damn, he just
dropped
threw
his
up
beer.
mid-sentence.
But he caught it. He
Okay.
caught it, though.
And then I was like, damn,
he
it's
was
crazy you threw up. And then someone was like, yeah, I thought he was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, oh.
No, I was like, he caught it. And then Peter was like, yeah, I caught it. And then we
Yeah.
celebrated.
So I was just putting, and I thought he was just like, yeah, my cousin graduated over there. And then he was just like,
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's wild.
I still didn't get it like a real answer of what the Coliseum is. Does any?
Oh, I know what it is. They
Okay,
have the
please.
state. It's on the state fairgrounds, right?
Okay.
It's just a multi-purpose, like, big arena with seats and shit.
How many does it seat?
I think you can bring in a lot of them. Like, it's like there's probably none in there right now. Like, it's probably just flat, and there's like, because I think they're doing like showing pigs and shit in there right now, like horses and everything else. It's
Yeah.
like all
Yeah,
prelim county fair shit. Because I know for a fact they're doing something with animals in there right now. Because
But
I
what
saw
was
it
it
on
like
some-
originally built for? Like, was it a stadium for
It's just like
sport at all?
No. That's
Oh.
on the state fairgrounds.
So it's always like state fair is just going to be.
I mean,
a
I don't
build-
know if
build-
always,
big
but like
building?
at least the last since I've been alive.
Huh.
It's just like if they have like a big event at the state fair, it's in the
It's in the event
Coliseum.
thing? So what do you think it could seat?
I don't know. I don't do that.
Like 7.5?
They can bring in and out like, I mean, probably a good amount of people. Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Why do you want to know so bad?
Because
What does
Peter
it
was
matter?
talking about doing a special there, and I was like,
Yeah.
it'd be cool.
You were like, yeah,
Like a big
I'll
round?
keep that in mind.
No, dude, my special's going to be taped at the Beartooth.
Mine's gonna be on Mars. Fuck it. I'm gonna have the first special off Earth.
All right. Be reasonable here,
It's
man.
obviously gonna be at Stand Up Live.
Oh, true. That'd be nice. 600 people sold out.
Yeah, that was a kick-ass place.
Rip.
Yeah, of
It
course.
sounds so good in there too.
Of course it does. They'll all be my fans and friends and loved ones.
All right, for the first special.
Yeah,
First special, you're selling out fans, friends, and then
of course. It's in Phoenix. It's a special
True.
taping. You're gonna do probably 4 shoots of it.
yeah, something could just rip.
Yeah, I mean it's also
Ooh.
gay to talk about this, but
Yeah, who cares, dude?
I mean I don't.
No
but
one's.
it's
I
also
don't think anyone's watching.
I'll worry about it when it comes along.
Yeah,
Like who knows? I might end up shooting it in like Wisconsin.
no, you won't. What? I don't think anyone's filmed anything in
Who knows?
Wisconsin.
I mean I don't know.
Maybe Wisconsin just has a big ass boom.
Yeah,
and then
I
a ton
don't
of
know,
people-
dude. It's in the future.
The next Joe Rogan moves to Wisconsin.
Might be in China. Who knows?
Damn.
Fuck Wisconsin. Actually, never mind. If you're watching from Wisconsin, hell yeah. But
Yeah, cool.
in general, fuck Wisconsin. I hated being there. I got a leech on
No,
my
you're
toe.
on the way. You're on the way
I got a leech
to
on my
headlining
toe.
Wisconsin. Look, you're
Oh,
getting
yeah,
fan mail.
I just told you I got a leech on my toe in Wisconsin. No reaction from that.
I wasn't paying attention.
I got a leech on my toe in Wisconsin and a tick on my leg.
A tick? The tick is grosser. Leeches aren't as
The
bad.
tick hadn't latched on yet, so I flicked it off. But
Oh.
there was a little leech and a little tick. They both tried to get on me, and I said no. And then me and my buddy were walking down by a creek. We were walking down by a creek, and this guy had a
in
dead rabbit.
Wisconsin?
Yeah. Creek in Wisconsin. Me and my buddy were walking by this creek, and this dude had like a rabbit tied onto a stick, like by its paws and feet, and it was dead. And my buddy's like, "Hey, how'd you kill that rabbit?" He's like, "It just jumped off a cliff, man. It killed itself." We were both like, "Okay."
Couldn't find any carrots. But
Anyway,
funny.
I got a dude. I got some merch. I was
This
gonna
is-
say
this is
fan mail,
crazy.
but it's not.
It's not fan mail. You reached
It's
out to
kinda-
him. Technically,
no,
you made the first
no,
move.
he
Yeah, you
reached
did.
out to me.
No, you followed him first.
Okay, yeah,
So you made the first move.
true. Yeah. I
Yeah.
followed this guy. He followed me back, but it's like it's not a guy. I guess it's like a company or a brand. It's an entity. I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it, but if you like underground country music, check out Dusty Vaquero. Yeah, they yeah. I doubt none of the gay guys that like our feet are gonna watch Dusty Vaquero. But hey, maybe they will. I don't know.
They all wear cowboy boots.
True.
Yeah, they're covered.
Check her out, brother.
Oh,
Where were we going with this?
you got merch though. He,
Oh,
he
yeah.
shouts out country's like up and coming country music guys.
What's
Obviously,
the name of
Mike's a big fan.
it? Right here.
Dusty Vaquero.
Nice.
Vaquero.
You're such a little northern
How would you say it?
vaquero.
Vaquero.
It's like
Is he?
it means it's like cowboy in like Spanish, but
So this
kind
is
of
just dirty cowboy.
dusty cowboy retard.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, but Dusty could be dirty.
Nah,
I guess I was changing
I mean,
both the
sometimes.
words.
I don't think it's always. Dusty's not always
If you're
dirty.
dusty, you're dirty.
No, you're not.
You can't be clean and dusty at the same time.
Yeah, you could.
No, you couldn't.
The house can be clean, but it can be dusty, and it just needs a dusting.
No, because then it's not. By saying it's dusty,
Okay.
it's no longer clean.
I'm telling you, if there's shit all over something and it's dusty, it's definitely dirty. But if there's no shit on something and there's just a little bit of dust, it's not dirty. It's just dusty. Sand is on it.
Semantics, buddy. You got a hat though. Look at
I
this
did.
hat. This
I
is
got a
this
hat.
is actually this is cool though.
I got a hat.
Yeah, look at that.
And then
Put
there's
it
a,
on. Come on. Oh, and then
there's
oh
a
yeah,
note.
you got a note. But he left you a note.
He said, Mike, keep grinding, man. You got some real funny stuff. I hope I can make it to one of your shows soon. Hey, JB.
And he's from Wyoming.
That'd be cool.
When you play Wyoming,
When do
you
I
gotta
play
hit him
Wyoming?
up. Yeah, when are
is
you gonna
there
be in
even-
Wyoming? For all our Wyoming
I've never been to
fans.
Wyoming. Have you?
No. I've been to Colorado and I hear it's kind of the same.
Oh,
I've always
shit.
wanted to go to Jackson
They give
Hole.
us stickers, too.
Well, us.
Where the hell is the Lost Cowboy, dude? Where is he? I don't know what
I'm
that
right
means,
here.
but I fuck with it. This, I think I'll put this one on my phone.
And then
That one's
just
gonna go on
him.
my phone. Should we put this one on the sign?
we can put his name on the sign and put that on your phone.
No, this I just already another sticker on my phone.
True.
I'm gonna put this one back there. Here, you carry the conversation here for a second.
All right. Golfing, I lost 100%. Took an L. It's hard. You can't swing and get the thing very good. You know? Yes, I like this. Or it's just me. But I don't think I improved at all during it either. We only played 2 holes. I think I took like 9 shots.
You know what I just realized? I replaced. Oh wait, this is Montana. I was gonna say I replaced one Wyoming hat with another, but they border.
No. They do border.
I replaced a Montana
right
hat
here.
with a Wyoming hat. Isn't
Look
that
at
wild?
that.
I'm going
Well,
south.
it's not. No one will know it's Wyoming hat. Honestly, I feel like it gives more southern vibes because of the camo. Not to say that you can't wear camo.
I just they had like solid color ones, but I was like, I don't have a camo hat right now.
And I need a camo hat.
I need a camo hat.
I got all the colors.
Wait a second, I got one. I need to bend the brim a little bit.
Let me give it a feel though. It's a nice little trucker hat, which is what you want.
I was so hyped.
Did he let you pick?
Yeah, he just sent me a
Wait.
bunch of them. He's like, which of these do you like? And I was like, the camo one. Don't fucking. Do you want to wear it?
You got a big ass head.
Do you want to wear it for this?
No, I don't
Here,
want to
here,
wear it.
you wear this one.
I don't think I can wear
Let's
it
be-
either.
let's
I don't
be-
have my wings anymore.
Let's be hatted up.
You know what? Right when I get a haircut, everybody always talks about who I look like. You saw it at fucking
Well, it's
Jared.
'cause it's
Someone's
like-
like, you look like blah, 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 blah. You look
True.
like blah, blah, blah. Do I have a face that looks like other people's faces?
Just
I
a
don't think so.
common ass face.
Yeah, I just got a basic ass face. Get out of town. My face is unique and individual. Oh, this had me pressed all week, dude. I didn't have my water. I forgot my water bottle at Jared's, which is an open mic, and so I didn't have it for a week until we got it. And I feel like I drank way less. You pick wherever you want. Nah, don't. See, I would have gone all black. See, I said wherever you want, but I think that's a bad spot. I will judge the placement.
Whatever.
But I feel like I started to break out because I wasn't drinking all my water. 'Cause
Break
I
out?
go through a lot of water.
Oh, like
And my
acne
forehead
wise?
started, yeah, it started to like break out. And I have my water bottle back now, and it feels so good. Reunited, and it feels so good. You know? Oh, also golfing.
How
It-
much more hick do I look now?
Honestly, I think the way you're wearing it is bad. Like there's so much space on the top of your head,
Oh, it's like.
you know?
Oh yeah, it is pretty high crown.
Yeah.
You want me to wear it like this? Hey, brother.
I mean, that's
I'm the
way
Dusty
more hick.
Vaquero,
Yeah, that's way
goddammit.
more hick.
Hey, boys.
Hey, boy.
Get them cattle in real quick. Come on.
Yeah. Definitely more.
I hated wearing a cowboy hat growing up. I fucking hated it.
You wearing a cowboy hat?
No.
Really?
Everyone else was. They were like, oh, I'm going to get sunburned. And I was like, that shit looks gay. That's what I always thought. I was like, cowboy hats look gay and stupid. So at least on me.
Well, you've seen them in different medias. back in the day, cowboy hats were the shit, but now you got the gays wearing cowboy hats.
I know that
The gays
pisses
don't
me.
wear trucker hats.
Yeah,
You won't see a gay. In...
Oh, yeah, they do.
Okay, well.
Have you been to Sidewinders? The gays be wearing trucker hats.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I guess they wear the cowboy hats with other things as well. I was saying the attire that they wear the trucker hats with.
Nothing pisses me off more than seeing a black guy in a cowboy hat. For real though.
For what? For why though?
For real.
Okay, let's get to the root of this.
Because like, all right, if you're gonna wear a cowboy hat, at least like have done some shit on a ranch, like for real, or like.
But then you don't have a problem when the white guys do it, because you know that
Well,
most of the
that's
white guys
way
that are
more
wearing...
likely that a white guy did some shit on a ranch
so
than a black guy.
You
Let's
give
just
a
be
white guy
honest.
the benefit of the doubt, is what you're saying?
I'll be like, maybe. I mean, he looks like a fucking gunsel fuck retard, but like, it's possible
He
that.
could have done it.
Yeah, there's no way. I'll just tell you right now.
Black guys are scared of horses, guys.
Ain't no way I'm getting on that shit. That's some white person shit right there.
Yeah, dude.
I ain't getting on
Horseback
no
riding
horse.
is literally white people shit.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
And
we
then
got
to see a
out of
black guy-
Africa. It's because they were like,
Get them hoes.
You think
you
like-
don't see me on a zebra.
That's like why they call Caucasian people Caucasian, white people Caucasian, is because they went over the Caucasus Mountains. You think that the black people are like, that's some white people shit, like way back in.
Hiking? Mm-mm.
What the fuck?
We don't be hiking.
I don't know, man. I never met a black cowboy, so you want to hear a good, my dad knew a black cowboy. You want to hear my dad's black cowboy story?
Please.
All right. So he worked at a sale barn. I can't remember where, maybe somewhere in southern Arizona. But he was talking about this guy that he worked with. You're going to have to censor some shit here real quick. This is their words, not mine, but I'm still saying it, but you still got to censor it. So they work with this black guy, and this black guy, like my dad went to meet him. He's like, hi, I'm Cody. And he's like, hi, everybody calls me, or he's like, hi, I'm Dan, but everybody calls me Dan. And he's like, all right. So then he just called him Dan all the time. And so it was a sale barn for cattle.
What
So-
a broken in black man.
Yeah, no, he was just like,
oh my
that's
god.
what they call me. He was chill with it. My dad was like, he didn't give a fuck. Like, he was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And
He told me to call him that.
yeah. He just walked up to him and told him. Like, that's how he introduced himself.
Jesus.
Like, my name's Dan. People call me. Oh, that's what it was. So sorry. Started over the story. So my dad went and worked at the sale barn. There was a white guy named Dan. And then there was also, there's also a black guy named
Oh,
Dan.
that's so much worse.
Yeah. And he's like, met this guy. He's like, I'm Dan. He's like, hi, I'm also Dan.
God.
But people around here call me Dan. So,
What year was this?
oh, this is like, let's see. My dad was born in 69. So like probably late 80s.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How old was this guy?
I don't know. Like probably a little older than him, like 30s.
Damn. Good
So
for
80s,
good for
70s,
Dan.
60s. He was born in the 50s.
And also good for white Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just was like, I'm
It
gonna
gets
be
better.
Dan.
It gets much
Okay.
better. So apparently they were, so they sell cattle at the sale barn, right? And one day, so the cattle will come in, cattle will come out. Different people who are selling them will come in, different people who are buying them will come in, right? And then they kind of like arrange a sale, they auction them off, whatever. So I guess one time it was like the Black Cattle Growers Association, and they came to like buy a bunch of cattle. And so they get there, and like over the intercom there, it was like they needed like help in the back, and they like came over the intercom that broadcast to everybody, and there was a bunch of black cow buyers there, and they're like, Dan, we need you in the back. Dan, please come to the back. And all the black cow buyers are like, what the fuck? No. We're out of here. And they didn't buy
Dan
any
was
cows.
like, oh, no, fellas, that's my name.
Nah, that's just what they call me around here. That doesn't make it better.
White Dan's like, hey, guys.
See, I don't think that harmed anybody.
No.
It's just a fun little story.
Just a fun story that won't be in the podcast.
Nah, just bleep the word.
Yeah.
I mean, people.
The whole name will be not there.
You can put Dan. Nah, I don't know.
No, I don't think we will.
Ah,
That's fun.
cowboy shit.
And then when did he stop?
My
They
dad.
seem to be pretty cool people.
Wait, what?
Why'd he stop? They seem to be pretty cool people. Like,
Why
that's a
did-
good work culture. Like, why leave?
Why'd my dad leave?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just a drifter, dude.
How long did he drift for?
I mean, right after he got out, so he rode broncs in college. Well, he rode broncs all throughout high school, like saddle broncs. So it's like the horses
Yeah.
that buck at the rodeo, but with a saddle and like a long rein. And he placed like third in New Mexico State, which qualified him to go to like the high school national finals, and then he didn't mark out. So like the first jump out of the chute, you've got to have like both your spurs in the shoulders of the horse before it lands.
Yeah.
So that's called marking out. If you miss one of your spurs, then your ride is just disqualified, right? So my dad didn't mark out his horse, but everyone was like, if you would have marked him out, you would have won. I mean, great cowboy story. Who knows?
Yeah.
I believe my dad, but
Yeah.
you know, every dad be saying shit.
Back in my day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I don't think my dad would.
Yeah.
Like that.
Could seem to be like a liar.
But also, even if he does, fuck it, who cares? You know?
You were still there.
Yeah. Yeah. So he didn't mark his horse out, so he didn't qualify a ride Huh. I wasn't picking up my voice there.
Oh.
For a second, but whatever. So then he got a bunch of offers to ride for the college teams at all these places. I think like Texas A&M was one and all this shit, but I don't know the exact. He was like, there's some
He got
big
college
ones.
offers.
There's a bunch of like D1 shit.
Yeah.
And then like his stepmom talked him into doing one out on the res that was really big for, like, they were the best team ropers like in the country at the time.
Yeah.
In Saley. It's like a town of like, I'm not even shitting you. There's like 3 houses in the whole thing, and then just like a college. It's called I think it's just Dene College. So it's like the Navajo College.
Huh.
But he rode for them for a while, and then broke his leg. I think compound fractured his leg, and then he quit. And he's like, I'm gonna go pro. And then he kind of drifted around like Wyoming. He was in Cody, Wyoming for a while, and everyone was like, "Whoa, hey,
wait.
Cody is in Cody, Wyoming. Is a place to set up for you." But eventually he just kind of stopped, and then he just started ranch working. And he ranch worked in Arizona, a lot in Nevada. And that was like the big one. There was like a 2 million acre ranch. So they would just ride a fucking wagon
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere and just like gather. They didn't even have like fences out there. They just gather cattle as they went, brand them, and then they go on to the next like group that they could find. And then he was in California a little bit. He worked at a Burger King in California for a little while.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a well-traveled man.
Because he like broke his arm or something.
He
Can't
didn't
remember.
need Obamacare.
There was no Obamacare. I think he would have taken Obamacare. I bet you fucking money he would have.
Yeah.
Told me he broke his fucking tailbone once. And he rides on a saddle, right? So he just had to sit on his fucking tailbone.
Well, it was broken.
Well, it wasn't broken. It was like, I guess you have like a, what are those called? It's not, it's like another word for a hole.
Pit?
No. It's it's like has to do with glands.
Pore?
Kind of, but it's like bigger than a pore. Your ass is one of them, but what's the word? It's like a hole. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's like a, it's nice scientific word.
Cervix?
No, that's like a pussy or something.
Yeah. But it's a hole. There's a hole somewhere
on your
near
tailbone that
yeah.
like can drain spinal fluid, and it got like clogged up and like fucked up because he like sat on it wrong, and then he just kept riding broncs like that.
Ow! How bad did it fuck up his back?
He said it hurt. I don't know. If my dad was like, "This hurt," I was like, "All right." It probably
hurt
did not
really
feel
bad.
too good.
Dude,
This is the same man where when I was a child, I'd be like, "Dad, it's cold," and he'd be like, "You know what I do when it gets colder? Just let it get cold." I'd be like, "How does it?" I didn't realize what he was telling me for the longest time.
You were like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, "How does that help me?"
But now you're like, that was hard as fuck.
No, now I'm just like, it was just him being like, "Quit being a bitch. Like, just shut up." It was a very nice way to say shut up.
But also stop being a bitch, dude.
Yeah. Eventually, you gotta.
You know, you can do nothing.
There's nothing. Yeah, it's like
you
there's
can't
not
do
much you can
anything.
do.
But it's like saying that way cooler.
Yeah.
It's saying you can't do.
All those guys out there that I ever fucking cowboyed with had like weird shit to say, like normal stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like
That's just
like
learned.
badass though, dude.
It's like learned life experience, but like they all.
What was another one?
My uncle one time. I guess this is kind of a way to say it, but not really. My uncle one time, I was like, "Uncle Mike, why don't you put on sunscreen?" And he's like, "Well, something's got to fucking kill me." And I was like, "Oh, all right."
Not as hard as the other one.
I don't know.
Nah, because you don't have to be specific to like ranching and like being a hardened man.
Do
to
you
be
know how
like,
long you're out in the
something's gonna
sun?
kill me.
You start before the sun comes up, and then you're out there at least until the sun goes down.
I get that, but that also seems like something like a frat guy would say. You know, like, "Oh, Troy, why don't you put sunscreen on?" He's like, "Something's gotta fucking kill me." You
Probably
know,
was
like
kind
I
of a
could
frat
see that.
guy, and-
Yeah,
but,
that's
like-
frat guy. It's gonna be cold. Like, you know what I do when it gets cold?
Just let it
Let
get
it get
cold.
colder. Wait, no frat guys saying that.
We had this one, and this won't make sense to you, but there was so like the way that we bought our ranch, it would be like a section from like a homesteader, right? So some guy that came out here in 18 whatever made a homestead. So there's these bunch of like little like
Well, their families.
old cabins.
that aren't
Sometimes they're
doing
just
anything.
people. Sometimes it was just like a dude.
Yeah. Old ass dude.
Well, yeah.
You'd
I
have to
mean,
be
I never
so
met any of
old.
them.
Yeah.
I never met any of them. Like we just bought our ranch from those guys back in the
Yeah.
day. So there'd be like a section, like 630 acres or so, that we bought from like a private person like that, and then there'd be like a state section that we leased from the state, and then there'd be a private section. So it's called checkerboarding.
Yeah.
But apparently one of the guys' sections, like it could be raining everywhere else that is like our modern day ranch, except for this guy's fucking
Yeah.
where he ran his cattle, and his name was Bumgardner. So like this isn't hard, but it is like a funny thing my dad always says and my uncles would always say. But if they were really parched, that his name was Bumgardner, right? So if they were really parched, it'd be like, God damn, I'm drier than Bumgardner. So it's just like shitting on some old dude.
Some poor old man.
He also apparently, my uncles would say,
Yeah, but who's the real sucker? Because you guys bought the land.
Yeah, true.
You
Rain's
guys are
there now
like-
for us, though.
Yeah.
Rain's there now for us.
You just cursed.
I think I know where that one is, and that's like right on the slope of like the mountain or like the butte in our ranch, and that one always seemed to have like good grass in it. But what do I know? I didn't go out there like
Yeah.
I wasn't patrolling the
Yeah.
land like my uncles.
Yeah.
But where was I going to go with this?
You gotta have more quotes, dude. That one was so hard.
Let me think.
You gotta find the hard ones, dude.
I don't know. My dad was never really like too concerned with that. He'd just do it. There wouldn't be much
Yeah.
talk about like.
If I can do it, you can do it.
No, it'd just be like. I don't
Lead
know.
through action.
It would just be like. Yeah. It would just be doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be through action. He would just be like. I'd be like, all right.
And then you have to like, I hate that shit. Like when you don't get given an option, it's just like you see someone working, and then you have to just, you're the guy standing there, and you're like, I should probably help. Like I have to help, you know?
Oh yeah. If you had like that was the shittiest thing about there is like if it took you enough time to realize you should be helping, you're already getting your ass ripped.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like if you weren't just like, oh fuck, what do I do? And like knew what to do immediately, it's just like, yeah. Oh, this is a good one. If you were standing there and not doing anything, it would always be quit standing around with your hands in your fucking pockets. Even if your hands weren't in your pockets. It's just like
Yeah.
sitting there,
Just the idea of chilling.
quit standing around with your hands. It's always
I think that's a common phrase one though.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because
I
I
don't
think
know.
no, because
make a
people would say
hand.
that
Have you ever heard that one?
make a hand,
No, that's a big one. Make a hand. It's like I don't know. It's just like
like
start helping.
make a hand.
Like if they're like you make a good hand, it's like
oh,
it's like you're a good worker.
good helper.
But if it's like come on, make a hand or like
Like start doing it.
yeah,
Start getting your shit done.
I
can
can't
see
think
that.
of any others off the top of my head. But
You gotta think of them because I enjoyed that quite a bit.
let me think. Give me a second to kind of.
Right.
You got a carry right here.
All right, I'll talk about something. Oh,
What are your families like? Little mini sayings. You got any family sayings?
I don't think I have like a bunch of sayings that they have specifically. My cousins will always come back with some shit. But they kind of just swear. They swear a lot and they talk about just the wildest shit. And they yell. They're big yellers. They're like, "Oh, yeah. Ah."
I got
I
another
don't
one.
think it's afraid. Okay.
This one's kind of like around the table, but it's kind of like you know how you're not supposed to like if you need something and you're being like real respectful about it around a table. It's like, could you hand me that? Like, could you hand me your Coors Light, please? And then you'd pass it to me. You know, like if you're being real
Yeah.
mannerful. One of them, if you like go and reach something, like if I'm just like, my dad would always say, "Excuse my boarding house reach," which I don't know what that means.
Boarding house reach? We had like pardon my reach.
Yeah, my
Like
uncle.
you'd say it when you'd reach over somebody.
My uncle Jeff, the stuntman guy, he
Yeah.
would always stay at our house when he lived in California, and he'd come help in the spring for work and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But he started saying it, and then my dad just started saying it too.
This guy's cool.
My uncle,
That's the
my uncle
best.
Jeff, Vaquero for sure. He would like. There's a difference. There's cowboys, and there's like vaqueros, and like those guys are all like. It's kind of like a Nevada, California thing, but they wear rather than like a like the U-shaped
yeah.
cowboy hat. It's like a straight brimmed. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's a flat brimmed fucking, and
Yeah.
then the ropes are all made of like grass or gut line or leather, whereas like a cowboy's rope is made of nylon, right? And they're just more flashy. Their spurs are like real bigger. It's like a whole different like.
Oh, like
it's a subset of cowboy.
it feels like classical cowboy.
Yeah, it's
but
like
with
Mexican cowboy.
with like the Canadian border crossing guys' hats. What
Yeah,
are
a
those
little
guys
different,
called?
but just about the same. At least
Yeah.
the brim's like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like the Western, kind of feels like Western cowboy, like get up, except for the hat.
No, there's some differences. It's like more Mexican.
Like, is it that one? Like the far, or maybe the middle?
I don't know. Neither of those really speaks to it.
Is that
It's,
closer with the Canadian border crossy guys?
Yes. Oh, it's
Border
kind of like
cross?
Clint Eastwood's hat. Yeah. Yeah, on the far left.
Yeah.
Or my uncle had one like in the middle. But yeah, it's more like
Hats.
Vaquero is more Mexican. It's like more akin to like the Spanish bandees and everything.
Huh.
So it's like more homage to them rather than like
But so then, what made him more like that than?
he just liked it.
He just liked it more.
Yeah, and then
Just the
I mean
vibe?
he lived in California, so like that was kind of like the shit out there.
Oh.
And like Southern Arizona, that's
Did
kind
he
of like
wear
what they do.
Spurs still?
Oh yeah, yeah, they were
He
big.
he clinked around.
Everybody wears Spurs. I wore Spurs.
You did?
Yeah, you got to get your fucking horse to move. You jab those fucking gut hooks into his side, and
Why
he'll
do they need a
fucking bust into a
twist?
run. What?
Why do they need to spin?
So you don't just like. I mean, some of them don't. Some of them are just like balls at the end. But like the roll is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The roll, something like that. It's realistically, it's so you can drag your feet, so you can still like pull and push your feet. Because like if you get real technical into riding, there's like stuff your horse can like know to do. It's called like side passing or like rolling over their hocks. Like there's these different moves that horses can do if you give them the right commands. And a real good horse, you don't even have to; it'll just do it. But if you're like a real good horseman, is what they call it. It's like you can jab one barely like kind of into him on the left side, and then like tap the right side, and then your horse is like, oh, I'm supposed to do this. It's where like they'll like laterally walk and like not like turn to walk. You know what I mean? So there's different stuff you can do with the Spurs. Or only thing I ever did was just fucking kick him real hard to make him run.
Yeah. Go fast.
Yeah, and you never really had to do it. And I never really like fucking. It would just be like hit him a few times, and then if they didn't like start going, then you just kind of like dig your heels into them, and then they're like, and then they'll go. But
All right, fine.
you can also just fucking.
Make noise to him.
It's like those two for whatever reason. I don't know why it's those two. It's
Because horses
they'll
can't
fucking-
make those noises.
they'll bust into a run, dude. It's the weirdest
What's
thing.
that kind of even sound like? It doesn't sound like.
I think
you'd
it's like
you have to howl.
It's not anything. It's like when you train a dog to fucking.
Oh, just associated the noise.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
Time to go.
if I don't do that, they'll hit me with something. You know.
True.
I didn't get into
I
that.
hate that when that
I
ribs.
kind of, my dad would like train colts. Like we have a horse that he fully broke and everything, but I never got into it. Like I'd watch my dad do it, but I was just like, seems like a lot of
But
work.
you walked around with Spurs. Did they ever get in the way?
Well, you don't walk. You like
You take
so
them
if we-
off?
Yeah, eventually. If you're not on your horse, yeah, you take them off and you clip them together. You like kind of they're called spur leathers. You just like clip them back onto the spur, so it's just like two spurs hanging like this,
Yeah.
and you throw them. My dad has an expensive ass pair of spurs. They're called Blanchards. They're all made out of one piece of steel. My dad like grew up knowing him because he was in like Douglas, Arizona, I want to say, but I could be wrong. But he's like one of the most famous spur makers in like the West,
Yeah.
and he only made like 3 different styles. My dad has one of like the cooler styles, and I wore those for a long time. And then my dad was like, "All right, you're wearing the expensive spurs, no more." And I was like, "I think they're cool, but they're like you can sell them for a couple grand.
Damn.
They're expensive."
Wait. So do they fit everyone then? Because how are you wearing them and your dad?
Yeah, they fit everybody.
Oh.
It's not like they're like they're
Then
not
what do they
like,
clip
they,
onto?
they there's a little bit of play in the back, like near the heel, but like nothing
Yeah.
crazy. And then you have like this leather that goes over the top of your shoe. You can clip it on.
Huh.
Took me so long to like get enough like finger strength to be able to put on my own spurs.
So your
Forever.
dad had to.
When I was a
put his
kid,
Spurs-
yeah, my dad had to take them off and put them on
When
me all the time.
what age? What age were you able to be
Well,
like?
eventually, my dad, I was like, "Can you take my spurs off?" And he's like, "No." So then I was on the ground working on my feet with my spurs on, tripping over shit, and or you just get them hung up and stuff. It'll suck, dude, because you're like climbing
Yeah.
over fences and then like you'll get a fucking spur stuck, and you're 12 years old and you're fucking 4.5 feet tall, and you're
Yeah.
just like hung up by your foot on the fence. But eventually I was just like trying to rip them off, and then I eventually figured out how to like leverage, because like you're a kid,
Yeah.
so I was
You
like
got to figure it out.
8, 9, 10 years old, and I was just like prying at him, and eventually I could get him to pop off. And then I was like, all right.
Easy.
And now I can do it all the time. I haven't put on a pair of Spurs
You're so
in
big now.
2 or 3 years. It is. I don't know. I like that kind of stuff, and I always like.
I bet it feels pretty authentic.
It's
like,
type 3 fun.
Yeah.
It's type 3 fun for sure. Because when you're doing it, it's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
The sun's hot. I hate this shit.
But then you're able to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I would argue that's the best type of fun.
Yeah.
Like when you're in it,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
the shit.
I think the best type, I don't know what type of fun it is, but like that type 2 fun where it's like, this is fun in the moment and I can talk about it later. Like
Yeah.
paintball or something.
True.
Yeah, like paintball's the funnest shit
I've
you
never
can
actually
do.
played paintball.
Really?
but I've done we've had
Oh,
like
airsoft?
BB guns. Yeah, airsoft wars.
Airsoft's gay because like it doesn't hurt as much. Paintball hurts like a bitch. So you're like,
Yeah.
or you just
You
man up.
got me.
I shot my friend in the balls one time with a paintball gun. Because we were doing this thing where we're like,
Like,
let's
how
go out in the
close?
thicket of trees. Like 10 yards.
Be so upset.
Jonathan, no, he was just like, oh,
Yeah,
I shot
it
him in
is
the
hard to
balls
get-
and in the head.
You know what's nice about hitting somebody in the balls is that like if you hit them hard enough, the entire time they're on the ground, they're like getting less angry, you know. And so by the time they get back up,
They're like, man,
they're
you hit me
not,
in the balls.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like they have time to where you hit them so hard,
True.
then
I feel
eventually you're like,
I don't know how this hat looks yet, but I think it probably looks good.
I think it looks fine. He looks good. It looks good. Dusty, good hat.
Dusty Vaquero.
Dusty
That's not his name.
Vaquero.
Do you not get that?
Yeah, but people,
His initials were JB. Maybe it's JB
You
Mooney.
know-
You don't know who that is,
yeah,
but go on.
I knew a JB. He worked with my uncle. He used to grow weed. Oh, he still grows weed. I
Nice.
smoke his weed every time I'm back. I smoke his weed.
JB.
JB.
Maybe it's the same guy. Who knows?
No, it's definitely not the same guy, dude.
He-
My JB is
I shouldn't say that. I was gonna just out this guy where he lives, but he probably doesn't even.
Wyoming. I
Is
think
it
you
a
can say
PO box?
Wyoming.
Yeah, this guy lives in the middle of nowhere. He has a PO
Yeah.
box. He probably lives on some fucking ranch out in the middle of nowhere.
Or he knows that you may or may not send him some crazy shit, and he's like,
I'm
"Yo,
not
you
doing
know,
that. As soon as I got this box, Fred was like, "You should send him some Polaroid nudes." I was like, "What?
I just think that.
Why would I do that?
I got banned from Hinge, dude.
You did for what?"
Yeah. Well, for being real naughty.
Well, you got banned from I got a reel taken down from Instagram.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's
Now my
probably
2
worse.
strikes are. One of my strikes is a comment that said "at Fred Rig, fuck you Jew," and the other
Yeah.
one is a reel that said "faggot." So
Oh no! What do you? How many do they give you? 3?
no,
what
it's not
happens?
like. I don't think it's like that. It's just like
Yeah.
a hey,
I
you
feel like
can't
they
be
get
doing
rid
this.
of it.
All I couldn't do was go live for one day, as if I've ever gone live ever.
Yeah.
By the way, what would that matter?
What?
Not going live one day.
Yeah, it does nothing.
I woke up the next morning still like, God damn it. Like I was still pissed off. Like if I was a big going liver.
I think this is why I got banned.
I know the best spot in town for tacos, and then you responded with "between your legs?" question mark. That's insinuating she has more than one vagina because she said tacos.
All right. Well, I think that I sent that. I thought it was funny. I screenshotted it, and then I went back the next day, and I was banned.
Damn.
I was like, damn.
For
Over
how
that?
long?
Oh, a whole next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like 9 months.
How are you gonna find love?
I don't think I will. Hinge.
You don't find love on Hinge?
Not on it. No, definitely won't find it on it. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
I
yeah.
could probably use a different email. I could get back on
I bet
there.
it's phone number.
Well, then I'm screwed.
You can use mine if you want to sign up. I don't give a shit.
I don't really want to. I don't need it that bad.
If you
I
want
really
to.
only go on there to send messages like that.
That's insane. To
I
just
think
send
it's
like
so funny.
semi-pestering, like, does it
Yeah.
ever work?
Yeah.
I've never seen you go on a Hinge date.
I don't go on the dates. I don't after the fact.
You don't see. It's actually a messaging app.
I never meet anyone I meet on any of the apps.
I think I only ever did it once or twice.
It's very
such a-
scary.
I was never scared.
Well, I don't
Bo-
know. Maybe not scary, but like it's intimidating.
Bo, my buddy from college, one time, you know Bo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you know Bo. One time, this lady
What
was like,
on here. Sorry.
yeah, we'll get a
The
better
audio is messed up, man.
one. It's such a great app. I know it wasn't. You know what other audio wasn't messed up?
Uh-huh.
Homie Time Golf. Actually, I know it was a little bit, but I deleted all of it already. And they're like, "Can we still get the?"
Raw footage.
And I was like, "Yeah, look." I'm just gonna be like, all the audio was fucked up.
Well, then what are you gonna do with the video that you spent 2
Oh
hours?
no,
on?
that one's already posted onto their YouTube,
Oh, it is already posted.
or at least I posted onto their YouTube page private. But the
Oh.
last one we shot, I fucked up the audio on some of it. But I already deleted it, and they were like, "Do you still have this and this?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe."
Maybe. No.
It's gone.
Out of here. It is a good out though. Well,
Yeah.
but
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh.
But there was something. We
Oh,
were going
Bo,
to something.
Hinge.
Oh yeah.
No, it's Tinder, but they were like, oh yeah, it was just like really hot girl. And she's like, yeah, we should meet up. And he was like, yeah, for sure. I'd love to. And then she was like, yeah, just meet me over here by this alley. He was like, what? She's like, yeah, just meet me in this alley. And he's like down the alley? But she's like, yeah, just come down the alley. He was like, no. And then just blocked her and never messaged her again.
I would have gone down the alley with my boys. I would have been like, hey, it would have just been you. I would have been like, hey, can you come with me? I bet you would go too.
I don't know, dude.
Just to see. I'd have to see.
You don't go like side by side. Like I'd go, you go, and then I go behind you.
I would bring nothing either. I would just have my phone.
I'm such a bitch. I'd be watching you get like fucked up, and I'd be like,
He'll probably, they won't kill him.
hey guys, stop it. I would like
No, you
be
wouldn't.
walking, and then I'd be like, oh, and then I just turn around and be like, fuck, Fred's getting his ass beat right now.
Ooh, I'd hate for that to be me.
Dude, yeah, I'm a bitch when it comes to like interactions with people.
I didn't.
What other cool
Interactions are
shit
tough.
happened? We need to pivot to something.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we got me and you went and watched. Well, I watched all the shows, but you went one night to Geoffrey Asmus.
Geoffrey Asmus. Funny guy. Check him out.
Matt Delgado and he doesn't guess.
Aldo.
Matt Delgado and Aldo were
But
opening
if you
for him.
are, still, even if anyone else, he's funny.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
and then
went.
we
I
got
went
to see
because they were
Matt.
like, you can get a guest spot, and I
then-
went to every show. Didn't get a single minute on stage.
But you got to watch
I was-
Randall.
I was semi pissed, but I wasn't. I was also just like, what else am I gonna do right now? Like,
True, I
whatever.
got nothing else going on. Randall crushed, dude, the first night. I heard the second night wasn't as good,
good, yeah.
but I was like, damn, fucking hell yeah, Randall.
I don't know if he crushed, but he did pretty good.
I don't know. I felt like,
There were some dips for sure.
yeah, of course, but
He also lucked into a few things, so I was like, all right.
Yeah. Well, Matt got his name wrong going up there.
Yeah, but no one knew that.
True. He didn't play off that
The
at all,
economy
really.
thing did pretty well. Wait, I've never
Yeah.
seen him do that before.
I think you should have said
It's
it
like,
more.
damn economy.
Damn
Hey,
economy.
it's the economy. That would have been a good callback, but yeah, he did pretty good. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. And it was good. And then for the night that I went, we're all like hanging in the back. Like we're watching. Before that, Aldo asked you to bring him some weed. The guy
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
featuring asked to bring some weed.
So then I was like, Fred, roll up some weed, roll a joint.
And this is our buddy from New York. And I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna go smoke with this guy that we haven't seen in a couple months. It's gonna be a good time. So I'm like, oh
And
yeah,
possibly the headliner.
and possibly the headliner as well. And maybe Matt will smoke eventually. And Mason was talking to me. Like everybody's like, we're gonna go smoke with the guy. And I'm like, oh hell yeah. So I roll up this joint and we go. We get there kind of early. We see both shows. We're there for both of the
We're
headliner
there for
sets.
4 hours.
Yeah, a while. And then we get to the end of it. And they're like, Aldo's like, okay, we're going to go smoke now. We're going to go to smoke. And so everybody starts to walk back. And then he turns and he's like, hey. One of our, Alex is also there, one of our buddies. And he's like, you guys, I don't want to crowd the green room. But it'd be cool if you guys stay back. And I kind of had a vibe.
See, that's what I'm talking about, how I'm a bitch. I got so awkward during that. I was like, I'm not going to look at anybody. This is weird. Like, I would never be able to do that. I would just bring 95 people in the green room.
Yeah. But I was like, but that part's like cool. I was like, okay, fine. Like I was looking forward to this, but I understand.
Then my phone died immediately when we got into the green room.
All right, you're adding here. So then I'm like, but I talked to you beforehand, and you're like, I have to meet him so I can get this guest spot. I was like, of course.
Yeah.
Like, do your thing. I'll just be here. So then they went into the green room, and they started to smoke, and then I'm sitting out there with Alex. Alex maybe stayed 10 minutes and then left.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, bye,
I would have
Alex.
left immediately.
Yeah, I told you I was gonna give you a ride though.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting there, and then I'm like just kicking my feet, like chilling, doing whatever, and then I'm watching everybody clean up, and I'm hearing Aldo's laugh.
Uh-huh.
Like his laugh is so loud.
You're like,
and
man, they're
there's
having so
nothing-
much
I
fun.
know, and I'm just sitting there like
And
I
it's
called
like
my mom.
The servers are vacuuming like,
After like 30 minutes, my mom called me just
Mm-hmm.
randomly, and so I talked to my mom for a little bit. And I'm like not in a great mood because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like sitting listening to you
Fair.
guys having a fun time and watching people clean up sitting by myself. My mom's like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, I'm just at a comedy club. And she's like, oh, that's fun. I'm like, not really right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, why not? And I'm like, well, I'm just hanging out, you know. And she's like, I couldn't tell her I didn't get invited to the green room. So
Nice.
I was like, oh,
Couldn't break it.
I'm just hanging out. I'm just waiting. We're just getting drinks. I don't know. I just don't want to drink right now. She's like, oh, that's tough, Fred. And I'm
I'm
like,
here with all my friends,
yeah.
Mom. Believe me.
You know, by myself. There's no
Like, that's
noise.
great. You get to hang out with your buddies. You're like, yeah, it's so cool. Aldo's here. And they're like, yeah, I am here. I am over here. It's
No.
me, Aldo. Mike's here too. God damn it, fucking Jews.
No, I didn't say. I was like, Mike's talking to some people, and I just want to go home because I gotta wake up at 9:30 tomorrow. And she's like, oh, did you tell him you want to leave? And I was like, yeah, I told him a while ago, but you know, I don't
know,
want to
Mike,
interrupt
he's
this
an
conversation. She's like, well, you should just give him like. Wait for like a whole number, you know, like give it 15 more minutes and then go. And I was like, you're right, Mom. I'll wait. And then I'm just sitting there kicking my feet, and I'm like, well, maybe Alex is doing something interesting. Like I gotta talk to
You
somebody.
guys didn't even sit next to each other?
No, he was doing shit in the office. Oh,
Oh,
I
okay,
will
okay,
say
okay.
in the beginning, the reason I was hearing you guys laughing is because I talked to I hope maybe I'll bleep this. The manager there is so hot,
Mm-hmm.
so I talked to her for about 10 minutes just in the office, and then eventually like she just started talking about yoga and herself a lot.
You just
And I
gotta
was
be
like,
uh-huh.
I know I did that, and then I was like, I can't do this. Like I can't keep this up. I just keep hearing them have a good time, and I'm getting mad. So it's like I don't want to be mad in front of this lady. So then I just walked out to the showroom again. And then I was kicking my feet. Then my mom called me, did the mom thing, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go talk to Alex. And I'm talking to Alex, but I'm angry.
Yeah,
And he's like doing work, and I'm like, and everyone has left at this point. There's no one in the thing. It's just me, the green room lady, and Alex.
So the manager's the one lady that still has to be there.
And me. And I'm like, and then the lady comes in and she's like, I don't know. Like it feels like they're gonna be in there for a while. Is it cool if I just go home? And then Alex is like, yeah, that's fine. And so then she leaves and it's just me and Alex. And I'm like, can you drive him home? And she's like, are you, and he said something and I was like to like be like you're having a bad attitude, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be pouty right now, and then I ran off, and then I came back and I was like, but I can't do this anymore, Alex. I gotta go. You can drive him. And he's like, yeah, fine, I'll drive him. And
Yeah, we
then I
came out like
left.
5 minutes later.
Really?
Uh-huh.
He came in 5 minutes later?
No.
Or you guys got done?
Jeffrey
5
was just
minutes?
like, let's leave.
Oh.
And I was like, all right. I was blitzed, dude.
Yeah. What was your experience? That was my
I
experience.
went in there. I was very awkward. I said like 3 things, got 2 laughs. I was maybe 2 for 3.
Yeah.
And then I was just afraid to talk for the longest time. And then I
who
was
was
just
talking.
Aldo and Mason.
And Jeffrey also just watched the two of them talk.
Oh no, everyone but me. I forgot it was only us.
Oh.
Oh no, me and
And
Matt didn't
Matt.
really talk.
Oh, you and Matt didn't talk.
Yeah, neither of us really said much. And then
That's the thing. Also, if I was in there, I wouldn't have said.
I know, like
anything.
I'm just not like.
Yeah. Well,
I don't wanna
you
be
don't
a-
know what to say.
The thing is like the more that I've been around like those guys, if you just treat them like normal people, you're good to go. As soon as you start being like,
Yeah.
like 90% of the time, they're gonna find the same shit funny that you do. So if you just say it,
Yeah.
you're good to go.
But at the same time, it is like you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, but like, so I was just being like fucking.
And then also you're
and I was
high.
high, so I was just
Yeah.
like,
I can't say anything.
yeah. But it was
They
fun.
were, yeah.
It was cool to hang out with them, but that's how it goes.
I
You know,
feel
it's
like
been.
It is cool.
We'll move on here. You know, it's been on both of our minds lately. Is it's fucking Max monopolizing the fucking living room,
Oh,
dude.
true, Max. If
He
he
won't.
won't watch
Yeah.
any of this, so this is all staying in. He just watches the dumbest shit,
Dude,
dude.
it's all
just
like-
depressing.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like not dumb, but like it's like very thought provoking, very smart. Like
It's like things where you will have 3 minutes of just
Dialogue.
Like, no, not yes,
Or maybe,
strictly
like,
dialogue,
still shots.
but also still shots and just the ambient
Cinematic,
music.
yeah.
And you're like, dude, how much of this
and it's every night,
every single night?
until like midnight, and it's like, come on.
Yeah,
Me and Fred
you're
wanna
not even
bullshit
here-
and be
yeah, we want
retarded.
to talk, but also I also want to just watch some things that are just not as just like demand your attention.
Yeah, just give me some brain rot.
Yeah, dude.
Give me some fucking brain rot material, dude. Like
I need it
I know, it's just like let me turn off my brain and like
for a second.
I'll be on my phone for a little bit of it and I'll be watching it a little bit, but like, man, and he never wants to talk.
Well, that's why that's the whole reason we went golf. Like I went golfing today because they were they were watching whatever the Black Mirror
Yeah,
new
yeah.
season of Black Mirror just dropped, and I was like, I don't want to watch a fucking Black Mirror.
Have you ever watched
it's
it?
Saturday night? No.
Oh, pretty good to be fair.
I mean,
The
I'm
last
sure.
season was shit though.
Isn't it all just different stories and whatnot?
It's all like how tech could fucking fuck us up.
Yeah, we do. But we went golfing. I got to go golf. Like golfing was way more fun. I feel like.
Yeah, we're just
But you know what our go-to is when he does that? Is we head down. There's a bar like right down the street.
true. Sidewinders is
Yeah.
the shit, dude. I want to get a Sidewinder shirt because I fuck with that place. The food there's so good.
It's like some of the best food I've ever had in Phoenix.
The only detriment is that everyone there is. It's the only thing. Minus the line cook. The line cook's a cool guy because he follows me on Instagram.
And he's cool with me saying.
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
followed me on Instagram.
Yeah. That's taken down.
Yeah, now it's gone. But yeah, I really fuck with that place. But like,
It's so good.
you got called racist.
I got called racist there. Yeah. Bleeding heart over here.
Yeah.
I
Mr.
think.
Liberal.
Yeah, Mr. Liberal.
I think
I'm Mr. Blue Mike.
Is like, I know what not to say in public because like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, cause I
Uh-huh.
have like the like I have the Republican mind, but I also have like, I don't know how to put it. Like,
You know how to not step on a landmine? Know where the landmine's gonna be.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then don't step there.
Exactly. I just know like, oh, you don't say certain shit around people with blue hair and you're good to go. You know, like
Yeah.
I've been doing it my whole life. Like I just don't want to offend anybody.
Oh,
But
I probably called you and then she called me.
no, I told her to call you.
Hello.
Yeah, we're almost done. Are you here?
Oh, yeah, I'm downstairs. You want me to wait down here and come up?
No, you can come up. We can attach another mic for the last like 10 minutes of this.
No, because we're almost done. No. I'd love for you to come
Yeah,
up.
you wanna do, like,
Yeah,
10
I'd love
minutes
to.
of this
Yeah, I'd love
again?
for you to come up.
Okay, I'll be up in a second.
Okay, come up.
I'm walking out.
Okay.
All right, see you soon.
All right, we're back with the lady.
Oh yeah,
we're
the
back
lady,
with the lady.
not
Lady,
in a
say what's
jacket,
up.
She's in a crew neck this time.
Say
What
what's
do I
up.
usually wear? Hello.
What do you usually wear?
Yeah, he said I'm
You're
in
the
a
lady
crew
in the
neck
jacket.
today.
When you're
last
around
time.
me, you ain't got nothing on. Goddamn.
Okay. Well, we're going to the gym after this, so
We gotta hit
it's
legs.
my gym fit.
I'm gonna throw up all this Coors Light I drank.
Ugh, get swole.
I had
You
like
drink-
three.
Hey.
I had like 3 or 4.
Fourth beer for me.
Wait, what
Not.
are you-
I don't feel close to throwing up yet. So
Yeah,
You
you've been
will.
3 beer throw up Fred. As
three
of
beer
recent.
throw. Yes, it's been bad. A shotgun the third one.
Oh my god. Just like here with Mike?
No. We went golfing.
Oh, I was like, that's so
But-
sad. We just hear
Mike, watch this. Look what I didn't even finish it either.
Yeah, we went golfing for a little bit. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
in the dark.
We were just talking about Sidewinders though.
What about it?
No, but
Did you hear Fred's Sidewinder saga?
oh yeah, this is
No.
insane.
That
So-
night you picked me up there when Aldo and Fred were there.
Yeah.
There was this native lady at the bar, and apparently, you go ahead, tell her.
Oh well, so we're trying to. Aldo's like, I want to talk. I want to like have experiences with other people, you know, which is like, why? That shit's dumb as hell. So then we went inside the thing. You were there with us for that. We have to start conversations with strangers that are out at 1:30 in the night in the morning
On like a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday. Like these are not going to be fun people, you know.
Although we did meet that guy with one leg there. Were you there for that?
No,
No, I
he
wasn't.
wasn't.
The one like
Oh, you never met the one-legged
That
guy?
was a
No.
crazy.
He worked
yeah.
at Safeway. Can't remember, Bud or something like that, right?
Yeah, like Randy or Bud, something.
But he only had one leg, and he worked
Huh.
at Safeway, and he killed his brother in a drunk driving accident and lost his leg.
Oh, I've heard about this man.
And he was
yes.
like, the only reason the doctors told me the only reason I survived is because I was drunk. So drinking saved my life. And it was like, but you also killed your brother. dude."
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
we see him there. He's a regular.
Huh.
Yeah.
Crazy guy. He's always like
I don't know if I
shirt
wanna
off,
meet him.
leg off. Something's always off.
Shirt off and leg off.
Well,
Yeah,
legs
or
always
both.
off.
No
Yeah.
shirt, no leg, no
No,
service.
because he has a prosthetic. So sometimes the leg's on.
Oh, but sometimes he just
Sometimes he's just like,
hobbles in.
check
He
this
literally
out.
hobbles in.
Yeah.
No, it's not like sometimes he comes in with the leg off. He'll just take it off at the bar.
Yeah, and like lift it
Look
above
at
the bar top.
this.
This is my leg. And you're like, holy shit.
Oh,
Right.
okay, buddy.
But
Sorry,
what happened?
continue.
But no, so okay, so we were there, and we're talking to these people that are there at 2:30 or 1:30 on a Tuesday, and I was a little drunk, and I started to talk about my hair theory. I think I've talked to
Yeah.
you about this before. Yeah, but like the idea that hair makes you stinkier, therefore hairy cultures like are either associated with smelling bad or cologne because they've discovered how to musk, you know?
Okay.
Like, and then I gave examples, but one of the examples I gave was that Indian people are hairy and that they smell bad sometimes. And at first, the native lady 100% on board. She was like, yes, this is right. Shout out Liz. And then the white chef guy was like, no, that's racist. And I'm like, no, I'm not
The same
saying
guy
this.
that, mind you, followed me earlier in the day for my reel that says,
No, not this guy.
oh,
This is a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Not that chef guy. That chef guy's cool. We know he's cool.
okay, yeah.
They all look
Other
the
guy.
same.
Yeah.
And I can
Yeah,
say
dude,
that
kind
because
of.
She
they're white.
called it out. Every team that works there, you know, like there's only 2 people working there. There's a
Yeah.
chef and a bartender.
Uh-huh.
The bartender is always like a tattooed up white girl
Mm-hmm.
with like an attitude problem. And then the chef is like a dude with a mustache, long hair, and is kind of a dick as well.
Yeah,
Very
dude, it's like
similar aesthetics. Everybody.
Everyone that works there.
Yeah, stereotypical like hippie bar.
I think it's like hipster.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like hippie can take over hipster now.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't like saying hipster all the way. But regardless, talking about hair theory, I say the Indian thing, but then I keep going. She's initially on board. Then I keep going. And then somewhere along the line, I think she just snaps for some reason, you know, because I'm talking about hair. And she goes, wait. You stop talking now. You're being racist. I don't know what exactly set her off.
Are you? That's
But I'm
like
talking
a
about
typical,
hair. She goes, you're being racist, which is like crazy because look at me, you know?
Well,
Like I'm for the team.
He is Mr. Liberal.
I am Mr. Liberal.
yeah, but it's
and-
people like you who pretend to be liberal so they can say stuff like that.
True.
No, but it's true though. My hair theory is accurate. You're either stinky or cologne. Like people like cultures with hair, like that's just how it is, you know? That's right. But she starts calling me out, blah 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 blah. Eventually, I'm just getting like ranted on about how I'm a racist and part of the problem and like just a
Didn't
white
they call you like
guy.
some like term?
Yeah, a wasp or something. White, and then after that I'm
Wow.
lost.
I've never heard that.
But yeah, they called me something.
Wait, so you're saying the wasp is lost?
Yeah, the wasp was lost. Well, I'm not a wasp. That's what I'm saying. It's just
Well, you
so
were that
frustrating.
night.
But I guess apparently, and then the hot bartender that was there, she like comes up and she hears this native woman calling me a white guy racist. So she's like, you know, hippie chick. So she's like, what's this evil white guy saying? So she comes over and then Aldo goes and she calls me the wasp and he's like white asshole something about how like I'm like just the stereotypical Christian guy and Aldo goes actually he's Jewish and then the lady goes oh that's worse and Aldo goes I know and then I'm just getting hate from all angles, you know, and I don't
No,
know
that's
what
when
to
you
do.
should have pulled out your trump card and been like, "You guys are being very anti-Semitic right now.
I'm going to call my I think I did hit I'm going to call my
I'm going to
uncle.
call APAC."
I think I did hit something like that. But then we left. Like I just left on the bottom. Actually, I saved it a little bit. I was like, you guys are being insane. I'm talking about hair here. I'm not talking about I brought up Italians and they were like, well, they're white.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that was like hey, the Italians are hairy also, guys.
As soon as you cross into the Asian or
Yeah.
that European line, you're an
I know,
asshole.
Exactly. I was like, come on, guys. I'm including them. But I left. They thought I was a racist
Personally,
person.
let me throw my 2 cents in there. Personally, I just think it's a money thing. I think you're factually wrong. I don't think you're racist, but I think you're just wrong because I think people who have money smell good. People who don't have money smell bad. That's just my theory.
Huh. Well, that could also be
A lot
it.
of Indians are poor.
True, yeah. But okay, so that was a Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night I go out, like I'm like just hanging out home by myself, and I'm like, I ran out of Zins. I'm gonna go walk to the gas station, buy some Zins. So I walk to the gas station, and I'm buying Zins, and this black homeless lady is in there with me, and she's like, honey, what you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just buying Zins. And she's like, what are they? And I'm like, oh, they're the nicotine pouches. And she's like, oh, you can't. Those are so bad for you. You gotta smoke cigarettes. Those are what's good. And I was like, huh?
Thank you,
She's like-
homeless black lady.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you for the health
exactly.
tip.
Exactly.
She's like, this is medical advice too,
I was like,
motherfucker.
I was like, I don't know. It like I used to vape and it hurt my lungs. She's like, that's your problem. Vaping's bad. You ever try cigarettes? And I'm like, I mean, yeah.
It's
I've
crazy to
tried
have a
them.
homeless lady be like, you a pussy. All right?
Yeah.
Quit being a little bitch.
Well, no. And then she goes. And
I
then
don't
she
even need
goes,
structure, motherfucker.
I need nothing. But then after all that, she's like, so you got $1 for a cigarette for me? And I was like, actually, I do, because I had cash on me. So I give her $1, and she's like, you only got $1? I'm still $6 short. And I was in a good mood. So I was like, fuck it, lady. I'll just buy you cigarettes. Like, what do you want? She's like, oh, honey, that's so sweet. And I'm like, but I'm going to need my dollar back first. Like, so I
got
took,
money back from a homeless lady. Isn't that insane?
I grabbed my dollar back.
That's probably the first time that's ever they've been like, all right, fucking deal.
Yeah, that's insane.
You're the
you
only
buy my
person to ever get a
cigarettes?
dollar from a homeless guy.
I know. Homeless
You know my
lady,
dad.
black homeless lady.
You know what my dad used to do? Anytime we have a lot of beggars in Winslow,
Yeah.
all the Navajos that would come off the res, and they would just get drunk and chill there for a little while. They would always come up to you and ask you for money, but my dad would always beat them to it. Like they'd be coming up to ask him for money. He'd be like, "Hey, can I get $1?" And then they'd be like, and then they just walk off.
That's pretty good.
And it's good way to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But go on, sorry.
No. Don't apologize. So I'm buying her cigarettes, which also took so long. I'm like, I'll buy you whatever cigarettes you want. She's like,
Circle K down here.
no, not Circle K. Holiday.
Holiday.
The what's
The
this one?
AM/PM.
Oh, why are we
Yeah.
over
It's
there?
like called
PM.
Extra Mile.
They have cheaper zins.
Oh yeah, I bought 3 cans today. Well, I bought 3 cans. Well,
They
bleep
get
that.
$3 off if you
Yeah.
buy 3 cans.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
well,
only
okay.
$14 to buy 3 cans there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like better deal. So I was that's why I was over there. So, but then I offered to buy this lady cigarettes, and she's like, I don't know what type I want, and I was like,
Probably menthols. yeah.
I
get
said it without thinking. I was sober. I was just like, I was regular, and I was like, well, you don't want menthols? And she's like, oh, you are so racist, honey. And I'm like, no, the kids smoke menthols now.
Yeah, you got it now.
Yeah. It's like, I've smoked plenty of menthols, and look at me, you know? And she was like, oh, haha, you silly.
You're like, actually, I used to buy cigarettes for the state of Alaska.
Yeah, I used to actually, that used to be my cigarette
And
of
I would buy
choice.
menthols. The whole thing, there was a black kid and he wouldn't buy menthols.
But she's like, no, they're too harsh for me. And then the the cashier was like, oh, get these ones. She was like, yeah, those ones. And so we got those ones, and I'm like, but I'm gonna need one of those cigarettes. Like I bought them. I at least deserve one, you know. And she's like, yeah, of course.
I mean, you jewed this lady out of $1 and,
And
a
a
cigarette.
cigarette.
That's insane.
Crazy.
So then we're smoking outside the gas, like right outside the doors. Also, this is just a fun anecdote. She gave one of her cigarettes to another homeless lady that was also just
She probably got
she
another
was-
$1 from her, and she was like, if you get some, though.
No. This homeless lady was like not able to like go inside.
Oh, she
The
was
gas
banned from the
station.
AMPM.
Like she was like long-term homeless, you know, like my black lady was like just become homeless, still like.
What do you think she
there.
did before?
Oh, she talked to me. She's from Brooklyn. This is all we're smoking. So we're smoking
Aren't they
the
all,
cigarettes.
folks?
She's from Brooklyn. She just left her husband. Social services is supposed to be taking care of her, but they haven't called her, so now she's on the streets for a while. Also, this is fun too. She was just wearing an apron the entire time.
Like nothing underneath it?
No. She had clothes underneath it, but there was an apron. But she kept talking about how she needed a job, and I was like, "Well, then where'd
You're
you get
ready.
the apron?"
You're
from?
ready, lady. If that thing was orange, you'd be working at the Home Depot.
Exactly, dude. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
You're
But
like, I
we're-
have a kitchen you can work in.
yeah, but we're smoking outside the gas station, and then fucking a car pulls up to get gas, and out comes fucking Liz, the lady that last night the night before had called me racist and been like, you are the problem.
And Fred bought a pack
Turns out
of
she
fucking.
sees me
And he's
smoking
smoking.
cigarettes with a black homeless lady, and so she comes up and she's like, oh, and I'm like, hey, what's going? I immediately was like, I'm
Hey.
gonna say something because she called me racist, and look what I'm doing now,
Yeah.
which is inherently kind of racist, but
No,
it is.
it's
though.
vindictive. It's
Yeah.
not racist.
True.
It's
like,
the
yeah,
same as like, I have black friends. That's what it's giving.
Yeah, but it's kind of like for
Yeah,
her
but
to
it's
say
even
she was
more
racist the
than
night
that.
before. It's like rubbing her fucking nose in it.
Yeah, and then but I'm like, she like looks down. I go, Liz, it's good to see you. And Liz is like, oh,
Check it
hey.
out.
Yeah, kind of
Black
basically.
lady.
Yeah. And she's like and then the black lady goes,
What if you were like, hey? She was walking out here.
fucking look
Get back over here.
Look what I get out.
Get back over here.
But
Be sure to cut that.
so I'm like, Liz, look at this. No, I'm like, hey, Liz. And then Liz is like, oh, hey. Homeless black lady goes, oh, my God, you know this white kid? And Liz goes, oh, yeah, I met him yesterday. And then homeless black lady goes, oh, this man, he bought me cigarettes. And I was like, dude.
At
the
that moment, did you start
aura.
glowing and
Oh
start
my God,
floating,
dude.
and you're like, I've
You-
done it.
Dude, you know how bad I want to just
Remember
dude,
when
I
you
would've, like,
called me
little
a
kid
racist?
gritted all over the place, just been like, oh yeah, you see that shit. But then she goes in. I'm still smoking with this lady. She comes back out with like her beer. She's like, hey,
Let me guess, 40s?
no Modelo's,
Well,
12-pack of Modelo's.
that's close.
Yeah. But she comes out with the pack and she's like, hey, we're like, if you guys want to keep the night going, we're all hanging out at my house.
Crazy to invite a homeless person to your house.
Not inviting. She is looking only at me. Only at me. She's like, if you want to come
Racist.
over and hang out. Yeah, kinda.
It is.
Yeah, she was being the racist right there. Okay, but she gets instant karma. She gets instant karma because I go, no, I think I'm gonna go home and just watch some TV. But homeless black lady goes, oh hell yeah, I ain't got no place to be. Yeah. No, but she didn't say that. She couldn't admit to being homeless. So she goes, man, my car's just parked at Chiba Hut. That's not that far away. And then starts walking with Liz to the car. Liz was driven to the gas station with another guy. So a guy has been in the driver's seat the entire time. No. I made sure to look. Different guy. But I just saw.
I might be a racist, but at least I'm not a whore.
Yeah. But then I just see the driver, the guy driving, watch this homeless lady get into his car and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Trying to get some pussy from a native chick.
And then she just brings a homeless black lady, and you're like, all right, not worth it. Or you're like, maybe, yeah. You know what the word for pussy is in Navajo? Hashkiri. So like, get yourself some hashkiri. Like that.
She's a good gal.
Oh
Sorry.
my god.
No, we're waiting till marriage.
My dad's. Yeah. Did I remember? I hit this with Fred. I don't think we've said it on here. But remember when we went to dinner with my aunt and my mom's like, I just hope you're practicing safe sex, Mike. And I was like, don't worry, Mom. I'm abstinent. And then I turned to Fred and I was like, but we do oral sex all the time. Yeah.
I think it was more along the lines of, yeah, but she still gives me head.
Yeah.
Yay.
I still be coming.
Yeah, that's what that was. What I still. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. I was like, Mom, we practice abstinence. And then I turned to Fred and I was like, oh, I'm still coming though. Come on, give it to me.
I had to say a couple of them before I remembered it. Yeah. You know
After
how
I
it
ate a
goes.
nice steak on my parents' dime.
Mm-hmm.
After we both did.
Yeah,
yeah.
we both did.
What'd you get?
Thank you for that. I had the exact same
They're
thing
not
you
watching
got.
anymore.
I got the exact same thing you got. I said, do you think this is good? And you said, I think I'm going to get that. And I was like, perfect. That won't be more expensive than Mike.
Yeah. Nah. I've accidentally gotten expensive shit at places.
Oh,
'Cause
I've
I
never
came in-
once. That's never happened to me ever.
Accidentally.
How do
'Cause
you
I-
accidentally not see a
I came
price?
in really late to the seafood place. What was that? Babadoo's? Babado? Remember we passed it the other day?
Papa Dough.
Babado? Yeah, whatever it is.
Papa
Papa?
Dough.
Oh, Papa Dough.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right though.
Oh, fair enough. But it's like this seafood place, and I got there really late because I'm me. And I got there, and I pulled up, and they were like, "Are you ready to order?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I just heard my cousin order, and I was like, "I'll just have what she had." And then it was fucking, it was like whitefish, expensive
Oh,
as shit.
no.
And I was like, fuck. I feel bad. I showed up late and then just ordered expensive shit and dipped. And I was like, well, got to get to an open mic. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
But yeah,
I hate doing that.
there's
Actually, I
nothing
kinda
better
enjoy
than
it.
giving someone a taste of their own little medicine.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. It felt. I think I called. Like I was so excited when you got home,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I could tell somebody immediately.
It's a good little tale.
Oh, it felt so good.
That's insane.
Isn't it though? Like
is.
the odds of
It
that
also-
happening too are just so.
It's also crazy that you were just like friends with like I don't want to friends with like
A black homeless lady?
The-
All right. Well, that's episode 35 of Sleep on a Forklift. Thanks for watching. Mom and Dad, if you're here, thank you. So,
Yeah,
hopefully this
please
one wasn't vile and
resubscribe.
disgusting.
Yeah, please come back.
Nah, they said we have to do research if they ever, if we ever want to get them back. Yeah, not happening. All right. See ya.